Are you currently an Abercrombie & Fitch or Hollister employee?
I'm actually not. I'm a former store manager. I was store manager of Hollister about a month
What is
ago.
the first thing that comes to mind when you hear of Abercrombie or Hollister?
I think about good-looking people, lawsuits, discrimination, stuff like that.
What are some qualities you look for in new hires when interviewing them?
When interviewing a new hire, I basically, it depends what position I'm hiring them on, but if it's for like a store model or something like that, I look for like body type, I look for complexion, how even the skin tones are, basically beauty.
What positions do you guys have here at Hollister?
We have 2 part-time positions. First one is modeling, and the second one is impact position.
What are the qualifications required for each of these positions?
You must be at least 17 years or older. For the model position, you have to be great-looking, aspirational, great customer service, outgoing, personable. For the impact position, we look for something quite different. It's a little more of a detail-oriented position. You have to be hardworking, very detail-oriented, very urgent when you work.
Firsthand or seen it?
There was one time with a manager and an associate that worked in the back. He had a Star of David necklace on, and she asked him to remove it, and he said no. And she asked him again. He said, "If you're making me remove it, then I'm going to sue the company." And then she said it was fine. She didn't have to remove it.
Do you know his religion?
Over the course of working for Abercrombie & Fitch and Hollister, I noticed that those who apply for the company and they are wearing a hijab, for example, they almost always, actually no, I have yet to see somebody working for the company and wearing a hijab. It is in their policy and stuff to allow this kind of stuff because it is due to religious reasons and stuff. But I have yet to see it. They somehow, every single time somebody applies that is wearing a hijab, manage to take over that and not allow them to get hired there. And then I noticed that we have here, which are hairstyles that you are allowed to wear at work. There is about 15 hairstyles, and none of them involve wearing a hijab, so they are.
Yeah, one time this girl wanted to apply here, and one of the managers was like, "Laura, don't let her apply. Make her apply at home." And I was like, "She needs a password." And then she was like, "Yeah, she needs a password, and she's not gonna get it because we're not gonna hire her."
The look policy is what the company wants to see when they hire the associates. Basically, it's what they would want them to wear, or not specifically Hollister clothes, but it has to be within the current fashion season, and they have certain stuff that they put every single season, and the associates have to follow those rules. And basically what we look for, the look policy goes about just chill, laid back, so it's going to be jeans and some cool tops, depends on what is in fashion at that point. And as far as styling goes, as far as hair and whatever, or just makeup for girls or any piercing for either girls or guys, no piercings at all, unless only 2 single studs earrings for women. And we have specific hairstyles as well, and some of them are not permitted, which is basically mohawks, molts, and cornrows. So they all look for natural, and this entire policy is there just because the company never advertises. Basically, in general, how the company goes about that is we have to approach that issue to corporate, and we have an internal 1-800 number, which is only for the employees. That way we would be able to reach whichever department we would want as far as the company goes. So in this case, it's going to be the HR, the human resources. And when basically we tell them that this and this person has this certain religious aspect, and there's a certain thing that they would not that they cannot take off, whether it was the scarf or the shawl or the hijab, shante, if you want to call it like that, for Muslim girls, because I know for sure once they make that vow, they can take it off. Once we put in this issue, they basically go through it and go through the entire, all in about the entire religion process of that, and they get back to us if whether or not we would be able to have that within the company or not. They respect the company respects every single religion, and they would want to respect every person's personal religion, of course. But of course, there's a certain image that the company goes for as well. So whatever is within that aspect, the company is okay with it, and if not, then basically, I think I'm not sure which religion he was, but it went about certain like very thick bracelets, and he had this like this shawl around his head too. Like it wasn't male, it wasn't a female, and it was about taking off his bracelets or his scarf off his head, and I guess that didn't work out because that was I guess if it's just a cross or like a small thing that would be just fine because it's not that noticeable. Because I mean, the company does respect the religion, but still there's a certain guideline that they need to follow as far as the look policy goes. So they didn't approve that person, unfortunately.